Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining in the world. Hope you're doing very well. It's Martin from Activate Breathwork coming to you from beneath this beautiful tree, carob tree here in Portugal near our house. And we have to say hallelujah today. It actually rained last night for the first time in 5 months. So there's a different smell in the place, and hopefully some things will start to grow, although miraculously it seems to grow very, very easily here anyway. It doesn't seem to stunt anything, but rain is good news, especially in Portugal. In the north of Portugal there's been fires and things like this as well, so it's a very welcome thing. So yeah, 5 months since it has rained, so it's incredible. I've never experienced that long. Well, I haven't been here for all of that time, but it's a long stretch to not have rain. It's quite a drought, so thank you for that. So I wanted to come on today, and I'm beginning a series of videos here on the Activate Breathwork page to talk about several things that are important to me and important to all of us. I feel. I suppose if you watch the video, you'll work out for yourself if it's important to you. But I'm going to go into some quite deep subjects and just things that I like to read about, study about, experience myself, and I want to talk about them. And this is part of my expression, and it's part of Activate Breathwork as a whole. Has evolved into a lifestyle. As I said in one of our videos before, that it started out as a breathwork practice that transformed my life, transformed loads of other people's lives, and made like really great changes. But you find with this practice and lots of practice, you can have unbelievable experiences in a 1 hour, 3 hour, 1 day workshop, let's say. Anything, it doesn't matter what you do, you can have absolutely life-changing experiences. But what tends to happen is we leave, and at times those feelings can move off, or they can lessen, and we forget what it felt like, and we move into normal life. And sometimes we tend to just go back to old habits, and then that experience, while it's beautiful and amazing in the moment, we don't put it into practice. We don't really use it in a way in which it was meant, because these experiences are brought to you by your higher self for the purposes of implementing in your life. So Activate Breathwork, as I said, it has always been my lifestyle since its inception and before it existed. But so now we're moving more towards this lifestyle based, where it's not just one session of breathwork and feel this unconditional love and bliss, and then go back to your old life and forget about it until the next time you do that. It's about implementing the lifestyle, about implementing everything daily, regardless of your circumstances. There's ways in which you can implement all of these things, and there's many practices that we share. I've got lots of stuff on our website, activatebreathwork.com/lifestyle, where you can check out lots of things around food, books, education, movies, daily practices of breathwork, and that type of thing. So I wanted to come on today and chat a little about ourself, our true self. So what is our true self? So I put in the title that you can't run away from yourself. You can only discover what is actually there, what is the reality of yourself. And so, speaking from personal experience, I can say that a lot of my life I tried to run away from myself by different means. In my youth, it would have been escaping through alcohol and drugs, and then moving into party and rave scene, which had positives and negatives in both, but all of those were dampening the awareness of who you are, because of pain, because of lack of communication, or because of doubts, these types of things. So that in a way is running away from yourself, or trying to dull the pain of your existence, let's say. It's a way in which many people do, especially with alcohol worldwide. It's an accepted form of altering one's perception of the world. And again, a lot of times it doesn't work in a positive way for some people. I'm sure there are exceptions that it can work for, but so yeah, for my early life I used that a lot, and then it didn't really do anything. It opened me up in certain ways, I could say, that are beneficial now, and I have talked about those before. But then moving onwards, in my late 20s I was very unhappy, and I was unhappy with where I lived. I lived in Ireland for all of my youth, and somewhere towards late 20s I decided that I would try and run away again from myself, and that was in the form of moving country. And while I see it as a form of running away, I also see like huge benefits that came from that. So I moved to Australia in 2008, and it was the first time that I'd lived outside of Ireland. The first time I went and met like people of different cultures outside of the bubble of especially Northern Ireland and all of the things that went on there, and that was eye-opening, and it was very positive and beneficial, and there's lots of benefits of that as well. But as I say, I can see now that I was running from myself, or trying to run away from myself, and thought, okay, if I go to this sunny country and move to this different place with different people, I am going to be happier. And what turns out is, no matter where you run, you bring yourself with you. You can't run away from yourself. You can take yourself to a new place, or you can use a substance, or you can use a habit to try and move away from yourself. But in reality it doesn't work. You take yourself with you wherever you go. So it's something to look at. Another way that this manifested, I can remember, that only stopped recently, even around the time that I started meditating, is that I couldn't be silent on my own. If I was at home on my own, I would always have to have music or a TV in the background. Even if I wasn't paying attention, I would have to have some noise filling the silence. And I know now again that this is another way of not wanting to be with yourself, not wanting to hear your thoughts, not wanting to be alone with your thoughts, alone with yourself, really truly listening. And yeah, it was the same as if it was in the car. I had to always have a sound playing in the background, and it was, or tidying up at home or something. I guess I would have to have music, and it's an interesting one, because we use all of these things to get out of ourselves, get out of our reality, and the irony of it is that when we actually do the opposite and really get in touch with ourselves, with who we really are, that is when real peace comes. And all of those other things you could still experience, but you're experiencing for the experience, not for the escape. So I feel like being quiet on your own, coming into nature and in silence on your own, is such a powerful thing, which I am doing now. This is very close to our home, and I'm just coming under my favourite tree these last couple of days, just to sit here and talk to this little square box. But I feel like we should look at the things, a very common one for most people now is obviously TV and internet, I suppose, together now, and those are all about escapism and sitting like a zombie, and myself included with Facebook. I could sit for hours scrolling and just absolutely no value or no positive outcomes have come from that. TV is the same. You can get addicted to these box sets and dramas and soap operas where you actually upload your consciousness to them, and that you're kind of drawn into those lives, and you feel the ups and downs, and some people really get really involved in these. And again, this is a way of taking you away from yourself, from projecting into these other realities, so that you don't have to deal with you and yourself and your true essence. And as I say, when you do that, when you really do that, we think that all of these things like TV and money and sex and material goods and anything like that. We feel like we have them, they will make me happy. But most people find that while in and of themselves individually, nothing, they're not bad, they're not good, but nothing external to ourselves can provide happiness or peace or balance. Only internal peace is not something to be achieved. It's not something that you attain. It's something that you realize. It's something that's there when you take away all the rest of that stuff. It's when you actually listen to your heart. It's when you do the things that you love and do the things that don't require external influence, either from other people or from a material object. Is the things that really matter are the things that mostly they're for free. They don't cost anything. Like meditation, like taking a walk in the park, like going to your favorite beach, these types of things. Those they can be a form of escapism as well, but they allow you to get quiet. They allow you to connect with yourself, connect with nature, which is part of us as well. We are part of all of it, and I really encourage people to do more of that. And if, from some of my stories, if you hear and think that you see some of yourself in that, I think that's something that maybe you can try meditation, try turning off the TV and reading a book, try, instead of going shopping to buy something else, actually clear things out of your home, give stuff away, because all the stuff, all the material things in our homes, if we are not using them on a daily basis, what they're doing is just taking energy, taking space, just taking resources that are wasted. Your energy is wasted on these things that are not, they're not providing any real benefit and value. And again, I'm not saying that all material things are bad. They're neither bad or good. But when we use them as a crutch or we use them as an escape, then they become they become our gods. Like some people's God is money. Some people's God is their business. Some people's God is a relationship. But we have to realize and turn inwards to find real peace, to find real fulfillment, to find that which never changes. All of these external elements are momentary, and they will change. They will come, they will go. Like our body, ultimately our body will come, will go. Relationships come, they go. Material objects, they come, they go. Money, it comes, it goes. What you want to search for and what gives peace and balance is finding and discovering that which never leaves, that which never was born, that which never will die. And that is the awareness, your unique perspective of awareness. And that, when you can touch that, even for short periods, that's when you feel peace. That's when you know that this world of illusions and form is momentary. You know that there's something that it is not momentary. There's something that's everlasting. There's something infinite, and there's something that we can't put a name on. We can only point towards it, because there is no name for it, because once we put a name, we're describing, it's something that's other. This is a discovering of what and who you are and what and who we all are, and this is existence itself, and there's nothing existent outside of it, and all of these other things are illusory, momentary, passing. And whenever we can discover that and see them both, see from the awareness and then see the illusion of the momentary, we can enjoy the momentary, because this is what we've come here for as well, the momentary experience, the up and the down, the sad and the happy, the hot, the cold, the black, the white. We want to experience it all. But if we can experience it from a point of true awareness, of true balance, of true peace, then this experience will be a joyful one. It will be, the ups and the downs, they will still continue as they always will, but the lows will be higher and the highs will be higher. The journey will not be dependent on something outside of yourself. You'll know that when you experience troubles and issues and setbacks in your life, you know that this is this is a divine game. It's a way in which you have chosen to come here to experience this. So, and it becomes joyful, it becomes happy, it becomes peace, it becomes all the things that everyone wants. We all want the same thing, so we're just searching for it in different ways. So for me, the way to do that is meditation, breath work, yoga, tai chi, qigong, all of these energetic practices, all of these practices in which you subtract instead of add. Let's say that's a good way of looking at these, because these practices get rid of the materialism. You're away from TV, you're away from material objects, you're away from your story, your history, you're away from things that keep you out of the present moment and keep you away from the reality of yourself. All of these practices do that to varying degrees. So look at ways in which you can incorporate those. If you're interested in breathwork, yoga, meditation, you can always connect with us here at Activate Breathwork. This is what we specialize in, this is our passion, this is our lifestyle, this is what we do every day, and we're passionate about sharing it with others and showing people how they can do the same in a very simple way. Doesn't need to be difficult. Actually, the most simple practices are the most powerful for me, and the things around spiritual life or meditation that are complicated that is just a human trait of complication for people to put themselves on pedestals above others, and it's the ego mind, while still in a spiritual guise, let's say, making things complicated. Because it's not complicated, it's what you are, it's who you are. The only complication is when we allow our mind to blind us, and there are veils, we had a choice to come here to discover that or not, and that's okay too. You can choose. You can't fail, you can't get it wrong. We are infinite eternal beings, so we always get it done. It's just a matter of time. And if you feel like you're on the path now, you feel like you've experienced enough of things that you don't want, or things that maybe have taught you some hard lessons, maybe it's time to start to move away from learning from pain and suffering, and move towards the realization of self, your true self. The master of this teaching for me, who is very available, is Mooji, so Mooji. Search for him on YouTube or Facebook. There's many hours of videos that you can follow there. He is a master. I spent 1 week a silent retreat in Portugal last year with him, and it was again simple. Be silent and just listen to yourself. It was profound experience, and every chance since that we've been able to go visit him. We're very blessed that we live very close by to where the Sangha is there in Monte Sahaja, and we do that. You can look at that. You can look at meditation apps to get in. I have many videos on breathwork and meditation as well, and we can do sessions on Skype. We can do in-person sessions here in Portugal. We do retreats, many of these things to really adapt this lifestyle that is working for us, and see how that you can adapt it for yourself. So wanted to share that with you all today. I want to thank you all for joining me on this journey of life. We need to lighten up a lot as well, and know that it's not so serious as we think. No matter what we're going through, it always will pass, and when we come from the place of that which does not pass, then we know we've made it. So thank you very much everyone for joining. I'm so happy to be able to share with you this love, this joy, this energy, and connect with me here or on our website activatebreathwork.com, and wishing you all an amazing, wonderful day, and I will chat to you all very soon. Namaste, goodbye, ciao.